Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm glad you made it. It's Female Fridays, and we have a meditation on grace tonight. And I thought that could be a really fun vibration for all of us to explore. And we're going to take a look at that vibration, clean it out, and then I have a couple of spaces that we're going to run that vibration through as a healing to other spaces. So we're also going to do our female grounding tonight. So basically for the next 30 minutes, you get to celebrate being a spirit in a female body. So go ahead and let's get comfortable so we can start our meditation. Close your eyes and bring your awareness right to the center of your head. Place your feet flat on the floor, hips distance apart. And let's get grounded. If you have a grounding cord on right now, go ahead and drop it into the center of the planet and create a brand new grounding cord, attaching it at the base of your spine, letting it drop down into the planet. And then when it gets to the very center of the planet, you're going to anchor it in and turn it on full release. And let yourself start to release the energies of the day. Whatever stress you encountered, let your grounding cord take it away. If you have any tension or anxiety in your body, say hello to it and let your grounding cord start taking that out. And go ahead and say hello to all the communications that you had today, whether they were on text, telephone, email, social media. Go ahead and let the energy of all those communications leave your space. And then go ahead and let yourself get out of responsibility for the next 30 minutes. If you feel the energy of responsibility anywhere, like the back of your neck, your shoulders, your back, your jaws, any place where you feel responsibility, go ahead and let it release into your grounding cord. And if anybody tossed their opinion or their judgment in your space today, say hello to it. See if you can find some amusement about it and put it down your grounding cord. We're going to add to our regular grounding cord now. We're going to put our female grounding on. And that is a grounding cord kind of in the shape of a tube underneath your uterus. And the bottom part of that tube dumps into your regular grounding cord. So go ahead and put your uterine grounding cord on. And then you're going to ground each of your ovaries into that grounding cord. And the simplest way you can do that is to just draw a line of energy from each ovary right into that tube that you created. Then on the back side, you're also going to ground your sciatic nerves into that uterine grounding. So again, you can just draw a line of energy from each sciatic nerve into that grounding cord. And take a moment and let your ovaries release whatever energy they've picked up during the week. They are your little sponges and they handle a lot of energy for you. So give them a good grounding and let them release. One of the things I'm watching you all release is anger from your ovaries, where your ovaries tend to absorb other people's anger, because I'm looking at not your anger, but other people's anger in your ovaries. So good job grounding them. And take a moment to say hello to those sciatic nerves and let the grounding cords on them release energy. Particularly if you have back pain or sciatic nerve pain, just take a few moments and let those release. Good. Now you have your female creative energy out in front of your abdomen, and we're going to ground that with a separate grounding cord. Again, you could make it like a tube underneath, kind of out in front of your abdomen, and we're going to ground that female creative energy into about a basketball size. And what you're grounding out of your female creative energy oftentimes will be other people's problems that they've put in that space. So you want to look for problems first and clear those. And then I would also look for the energy of demands in here and clear out other people's demands of your creative energy. And then expectations, which are a little different than demands. And then any, gosh, we did expectations, control energy. And as you ground all of those vibrations out of your creative energy, what you really want to look for is the vitality and the brightness of your female creative energy, and say hello to that. And it's that brightness that you want to roll up the front part of your aura. So you can take both your hands and kind of make a rolling motion from in front of your abdomen all the way up the front of your aura to move that energy up and into your aura. Good job. All right. Well, we're going to take a look at the vibration of grace tonight. And we're going to start by looking at it in a simple bubble. You could create a clear bubble out in front of you on your white screen. Remember to keep your attention right in the center of your head, behind your eyes. And as you say hello to that bubble out in front of you, you're going to put a grounding cord on it and ground the bubble separately from yourself to the center of the planet. And as you create this bubble, have the postulate that it holds your information on grace. Let that information go into the bubble and start to take a look at what colors show up, textures, sounds. If you don't see anything, do you get a sense of what the energy is like? And go ahead and start to ground that bubble. We're going to clean this vibration out. And you want to start with whatever dark colors show up. Because again, we're looking for the brightest vibration in this bubble. And I'll call out a couple of things for you to look for, but I also want you to take a look at whatever energy is in your particular bubble. One of the energies you might want to look for would be religious energy affecting your vibration of grace. Any religious pictures about that? And you can just have the postulate that you're putting any religious pictures that light up for you down your grounding cord. And clear any religious energy out of that bubble. And you also might look or get a sense of whether your information is current or not. Is your grace information in present time? And do you use that vibration this lifetime? Or is your information in past time and really from past lives? Let's go ahead and ground any old information off of your grace vibration. Past life energy. Say hello to past life energy and start grounding that. Now, some of you that were persecuted in the past for being witches, what I'm seeing is that there's a relationship to some of your past lives where you were persecuted to grace. And you might say hello to that because that past life death energy might be lighting up in your space. So just, again, say hello to that past life energy and keep grounding your bubble. That's great. Clearing that past life energy is really helping bring that information into present time. And as you ground that bubble for grace, you might also want to take a look and see what is your information on grace. What does grace mean to you? And how often do you use this vibration in this lifetime? Do you use it frequently or infrequently? And if there's any energy that gets between you and your ability to access your grace, go ahead and say hello to that in the bubble and ground it out. And what kinds of situations do you use your grace? Is your grace vibration in communication with Supreme Being? And if not, here's something you can do to bring that communication into present time. You can create a gold sun above the bubble for your grace and draw a gold line of energy to the gold sun so that it connects the bubble, and let that gold sun represent Supreme Being and ask for a communication healing. And as your communication with that vibration of grace clears, say hello to the color that you're looking at or colors of that grace vibration. And I want you to look for the highest and brightest color that represents your information on grace. And when you find that color, I want you to take some of that color and start running it in a clockwise motion in your crown chakra. So you can either match the color in the bubble, or you can take some of that energy in the bubble and arc it into your crown chakra. Either way will work. And we're going to roll that vibration of grace around in the crown chakra and let it trickle down the back channels and start to clean out your energy channels. Now you still have your bubble up on your screen, and I'm going to have you move the bubble for grace over to the left side of your screen. And on the right side of your screen, I'm going to have you create a new bubble. And this is going to be a space that we're going to clean out with your vibration of grace. And the first space is, we're going to call it times of distress. So when you have times of distress, we're going to run this grace vibration through that space. So I had you create the bubble to the right of your grace bubble so that you could actually watch the color of your grace go into the bubble on the right and start to clean it out. So go ahead and use your grace vibration and clean out the bubble for times of distress. And you'll want to put a grounding cord on the times of distress bubble. And as you ground this bubble for times of distress and run your grace through it, also say hello to the grounding cords that you have on your own body to help release the energies that are getting stimulated from doing this. And you might notice as you run grace through your times of distress bubble, how the bubble starts to calm down. And just fill that bubble in with that grace vibration. And then we're going to fill it in with a gold sun. And when you filled that bubble for the times of distress in with a gold sun, that's the bubble you want to fill in with a gold sun, times of distress. And after you've filled that in, go ahead and blow it up. And the next bubble we're going to look at is next steps. We're going to run some grace through our next steps. So create that bubble for next steps, ground it, and say hello to that vibration of grace over there in the bubble on the left of your screen, and start running that color into your bubble for next steps. Say hello to the hesitation and the fear coming out, and ground that as you clear your next steps. And one of the things I'm seeing that grace is doing is bringing your next steps into present time and clearing a lot of future time energy out of them. Go ahead and fill that next steps bubble in with a gold sun. You can blow that bubble up. Going to do another bubble for confrontation. When you are confronted by someone or you're in the middle of a confrontation, let's run some grace through that space. So create that bubble for confrontation on the right side of your screen, ground it, and arc some of that grace from the bubble on the left into your confrontation bubble and start grounding it. Running that grace through your confrontation bubble is really grounding it. Good job. All right, go ahead and create a gold sun above that bubble. Fill it in. And blow that bubble up. We have one more bubble that we're going to run grace through, and that is a bubble for your spiritual path. And you can ground that bubble. And go ahead and run some of your grace through the bubble and give it a healing. And let that grace clear any fear or hesitation or doubt that might be on your spiritual path. And then go ahead and fill that spiritual path bubble up with a gold sun. Blow that up. Create a gold sun above your own head and fill yourself in. Before we come out of trance, I'm going to ask the Spirit of Mary to come in and give everybody a grace blessing. All right. Create another gold sun above your head. Fill yourself in, and then you can come on out of trance. Good job. All right. I'm just going to go over a few announcements. Next week, we have Women's Intuition, which is on Thursday the 18th, and it's Crown Clarity. And I am super uber excited to teach this class, to show you guys how you can get up into your crown and how you actually kind of read energy from the crown, what it does for you, how you can use it. So that's going to be next Thursday. Did I say Thursday? Oh, God. Yes, next Thursday night. And then we have a couple of more healings in the sanctuary. We have one on bounty and one on forgiveness this month. So those will be coming up too. So I look forward to seeing you in class next week. I've got my eyes on you, and I hope you have a fabulous week. I will see you on Thursday. All right. Bye-bye.